We're gonna start broadcast. Oh my god, the dog is playing the game. Puppy cuddles. Puppy cuddles. No, stop it. No, stop it, puppy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy that won't currently leave me alone. Fortunately there's no cam, so there's currently no dog cam, though I would absolutely relish in having that right now, while he is a complete pisshead. Welcome everybody, and welcome to quit biting me, to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. I swear to God. Today let go of me. Today would you stop biting? Oh my god, dog. We will be continuing from where we left off after Kyoko went ahead and saved Makoto from being a literal trash. So, without further ado, let's make our way into Chapter 6. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the Mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. So... Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the Mastermind. I'll never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Then you should be able to use it on that door, right? Pop. Hey Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then... Yes! It opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We were finally free. Well, that's to the eye of the beholder, I suppose. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Right into Deadly Life, Chapter 6. In that final battle... Let's see. After leaving the garbage site, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up in the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Still in a dream, snake eater. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. Meanwhile, Kyoko continues to have her shadow panties that make it impossible for upskirt shots. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I am getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off of it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So, how long have you been doing detective work? How long? Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Well, but how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
Detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, And to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society, which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. Conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains... Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her, because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because of how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However...
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him, face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future, but he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me, because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name, so every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression, so I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know? He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However...
But there's one thing I can never forgive. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me, even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life, and I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need him to step out of his shadow. That's why I have to find him and tell him we are no longer family, in order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that...
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear that, or hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should be open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. Squeak. The hatch opened with ease, and so... looks like we're back.
Phew.
But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. Oh, I completely misread that. That was not how I should have gone it. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. So what's the next step out here? I forgot. Fuck it. So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too, you helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So
Then, let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out, and it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So, you're saying, rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Makuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be easier for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little... No, I'm super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Alrighty then. Why don't we just teleport there? Because that's going to be a whole lot easier. Alright. And twist. And shout. And let it all out. Let's go talk to the smartass.
Well now.
Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again! And this time, I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko! Do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
no.
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? Huh? I lose? You! Explain yourself! What do you mean by that?
Because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The result of the class trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you killed it.
am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Makuro, you did.
Listen to me.
So, executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the blackening is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this? A comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey.
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
Indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Makuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial. One last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Makuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Barry.
What's wrong?
Always getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little, so time for bear jokes! Now, what you've suggested might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'd be prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out? Or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain
Let's have
myself.
one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer's barely a fitting in.
Guys!
So for the final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely
then that'll be
contain
enough to
myself.
qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Oh, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Makuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all that, we'll face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Makuro is no exception to that. Huh? Makuro's trial is no exception, then it's part of the regulations? Which would have meant that whoever killed Makuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I already told you this, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why'd he go quiet all of a sudden? I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, will ya? Why is he so mad? He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone! Get out of here! Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. Okay, enough of that. I can only bear to do that. Bear to do that for so long. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. I guess Monokuma rubbed off on me. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
however,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But, honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so,
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because,
It's all because of that one moment that Mastermind let down their guard, like I said. So, when was it that the Mastermind let their guard down?
so,
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the Mastermind said? They said that they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet, somehow, the Mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so,
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world
It would seem...
The Mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
In other words...
So the Mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
Correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point? Oh my god, you could stop parroting, Naegi!
Hey,
The world outside has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, the Mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous!
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led to the Mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words...
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The Mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the Mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game but a one-sided slaughter.
At the very least...
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the Mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
Indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So, instead, they tried using the class trial, following all the proper rules to get me killed. So they began a trial that didn't even have a right answer. They made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the Mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the Mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words...
It would only do the Mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the Mastermind to accept your challenge.
However...
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got the chance, because you believed in me. Another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the Mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
Wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell that you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However...
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
Correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the Mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There is no option except to win.
Hey.
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. Tripping over the words. Holy crap. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the Mastermind. Work together with everyone.
However...
Is that really possible? Huh?
Anyway,
Right now, we have to find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorms somewhere. Shall we go? And we leave then. So then... Wait, I forget. Do I just knock on somebody? Why did I... Oh no, he's dead! Why am I knocking on his door? What is wrong with me? Oh no. I'm surrounded by dead people. Fuck. Do I just... I can't remember if I know... Dead people, dead people, dead people, dead people, dead people, dead people. Toko, I guess?
Hey,
I don't think she's here. Come on. We need to keep looking. Well, wait. Was everybody... Oh, wait a minute. Was everybody already in the damn... eatery? I don't remember. Yes! I think they are. And suddenly, we were greeted with... You again. Just... Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. Jeez, what the heck?
however,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief.
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it, that's Makoto!
you survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Everyone was there, all my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, Matt, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto! He smells like a wet dog. Get away! Shoo! Shoo! And in a flash, my tears dried up. Oh, let's get this dialogue going. Ugh, you stink! Are you rotten? Rotten physically, mentally, every way you can be rotten. Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. The smell is so smelly. Super smelly! You're even worse than me! Way worse than me! I win. She seems happy for some reason. She wins, guys. So, what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have access to new places again. And? No dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So there weren't any new areas. Then, where can we go to find new clues?
Yo!
Kodo, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world.
You know?
Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo! No, I didn't talk to... I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world! I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo? I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was alter ego. He saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say that they had their life saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. Alright, moving on.
Makoto,
From Jackass. There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
it's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial?
In other words,
We were going to redo Makuro's trial.
Huh?
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you.
Wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind. Huh? What? You're saying the mastermind killed Makuro?
That's right.
It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time, and did what he had to do to stop it.
However...
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just,
However...
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time.
Huh?
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
Correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you're referring to.
Don't be mean!
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here! For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So, knowing all of this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Makuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time, and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway...
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone? Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with my master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
Anyway...
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they killed Makuro, and all the school's mysteries... It's a pretty tall friggin' order. But... maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
Indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave that little hint of his. The hint?
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
So, in other words...
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Makuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Makuro, but there's no way he would have disguised the scene like that.
In other words...
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then, mastermind is... There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. And in Makuro, and you added Makuro, you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
That's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait, We can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are. We would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right?
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. Ding dong bing bong.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school.
Yeah!
Look wherever you want.
Are
Solve the
you
mystery in
ready
whatever way
for
you
bullshit?
see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
Time for talk is done. Now, we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the very beginning.
In the name of
Anyway,
my family.
At this point, I can rely only on myself and the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Well then. After making his final statement, Yakuya left the dining hall. Master! He didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless! So bye! With that, Toko trudged out the dining hall, continuing to murmur nonsense. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me. In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. He fucking disappears laughing. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing.
But
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
I
But
mean,
up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless! If you hadn't been there, I would have died! Makoto, it's really nice of you to say, but still, I know I've been totally useless.
okay.
So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits, as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
So you're gonna go off on your tune, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. And uncover the true identity of that ghost.
Correct.
It was Old Man Jenkins the whole time. So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. I know I skipped some dialogue, but hey. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before. Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us, so that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together. Alright, I guess I'll start by taking another look at Makuro's Monokuma file. For the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Bakuro Ikusaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So, where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. Headmaster's room, biolab, the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms, where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I still have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder. Which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started! Nice! Places to check. Ah, shit, I'm carrying over the Game Grumps method. Fuck! No! No, I'll be called out! How could I do this? Ah! They stole it from me! I guess I can go to the second floor of dorms to start with, right? Because that's probably the... Well, where do you think I should start, my dear? Where do you think's a good place to start, considering this investigation? We know there's the biolab. So let's see. Let's see. So there's the garden. There's the dojo. And the biolab. Now the biolab is where we're gonna figure out some interesting stuff about the thing. But let's go up here first. Where the hell am I? What is here? Oh, right. Was there anything... Huh? It's gone! Makuro's body! It's not here? To the chickens! Maybe the body is inside the tool shed. I better check just to be sure. I didn't find anything even close to the dead body. But it's not here either, then it must be... I have no idea where. But corpses aren't the only thing I need to check in here. There's one other thing. The tarp. Tarp played a key role in another case, so... I'd better look into it. Killer used the tarp sprinklers, which means the killer might have left a clue behind here. Huh? I didn't notice this before, but there's a small stamp on the corner of the tarp. It says Biolab. Then, this originally came from Biolab? And that's all I think we can investigate here. That's all I really need to check here. But where could her body have gone? I'd better start looking for it. Time to find the zombie! Alright, let's do a full 180 and make our way to the dojo. And then we'll check out that biolab. Oh, Toko, so this is where you were.
What do you want?
Am I so disgusting? You want me out of your sight? No, that's not it at all. I just thought maybe you'd found a clue. Well, I haven't. I didn't find anything. Not one single clue. I figured since this place was related to the case, it would have something, right? But there wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. Give it back! Give me back my precious time! Calm down, Toko.
What's your problem?
Don't tell me to calm down. Do you have any idea what I'm going through right now? And when everyone finds out, they're gonna call me useless, good for nothing. Nobody's gonna say that. Master Will, I'm not sure I can disagree with that. I don't want that! I'm sick of always being looked down on. Why won't anyone accept me? Well, I don't think there are any clues here, so maybe I'm gonna get going. Bye! Babish. Alright. Make your way down the ominous hall. Make it to WWE Raw! SummerSlam! Well, here I am in the biolab. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. I feel like I'm in a giant refrigerator. Seriously, why is it so cold? Well, let's start by checking around, shall we? Oh, it's so cold. Why is it so cold in here? It's the first thing I need to figure out. There's some kind of weird machine or something built into the wall. And on the left side, there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. But on the other side... something like this before. Oh, that's it! I've seen this kind of thing in horror movies and stuff. It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue? I should probably take a closer look around. While I fucking freeze my balls off. Oh, there's some kind of booklet here. It looks like an instruction manual. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to the standard dry ice for all your cadaver needs. In addition to the germicidal lamps, we also provide an ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas. Simply insert the cadaver, and the blue lights will let you know the automated system has activated. Temperature and humidity levels will be adjusted automatically for optimum settings. With our system, anyone can keep a body fresh as a daisy for as long as you need. In the unlikely event of a problem, the red light will activate and an alarm will sound immediately. The exterior is stainless steel, and we do offer an exceptional... well, also that, an optional leather upholstery upgrade package. This is the instruction manual for the fridge? Well, not so much that as a flyer. There's a stack of tarps here. I've been seeing a lot of these things lately. Let's take another look at these, shall we? Something kind of weird about this machine or something built in the wall, and on the left side there's a bunch of glowing blue lights. Only some of the lights are on. The ones on the left, the right-hand lights are off. Well, looking around, I think I get it. It seems clear to me now. It was a makeshift morgue. Noise. Fuck. I did it again. No, don't call me out for this! Woman, no! No! About those lights by each slot. Looks like it's set up so that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on. Which would mean inside each slot, lit up in blue, another one of the victims. Biolab lights has been added. I can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing I can do for everyone who's died. That's defeat the mastermind. And to do that, I have to continue my investigation. I don't have any other option. Yes, let's make it very clear. for a moment. 7 lights are currently off. For people watching, I'll let them do the math on that. I will say no more than that. Just remember that there are 7 lights that are not on. Alright, let's see. Oops, didn't want to go there. Boop.
Hey, Makoto.
Ah, Makoto! Are you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing here? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door.
Yeah.
So I figured, if all the doors in the school had been unlocked, that one should be open too, right?
But,
Although I couldn't bring myself to open it.
I mean,
Because it might explode, right? And that'd really suck, so you open it! I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. Okay, so I guess I'll open it. Oh wait, let me take cover first! I don't want to get exploded! Raced over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it. Okay, go ahead! Everything will be okay, right? Alright, here goes nothing. I threw all my weight into it, but the door opened much easier than I expected. Crashes to the ground. Everybody, welcome to the spaceship! There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was... Whoa! This place is totally sci-fi! Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. Some kind of hatch on the floor. But right now, I'm more concerned with that weird device. God damn it, this game. What is this device? It looks like some kind of control panel. Is it really over... It's really over the top, though. Like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? Hifumi'd probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit. So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit? Then could that mean...
okay.
Alright, let's start poking at it or whatever. I'm gonna start pushing buttons. Hold on, you can't just or whatever something like this. But it was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel. Huh? Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. What did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was this one. The button that says Data Center. Data Center. I took a good look at control panel, and I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it. Just like Hina said, there was one labeled Data Center. That must be the one she pushed. But the Data Center, that's right next door. The room we were just in. That's where the strange noise came from. I'd probably better go check it out. Yes, please, I'm kinda scared out of my mind right now, so I'll just cheer you on from over here. But what about this trap door? Right now, I need to check the data center. There's nothing suspicious! Nothing suspicious about it! Did I just hear what I think I heard? Is that Monokuma? Hello? Hello? Hey! Roar! Give me all your donuts! Is that you, Hina? What? Oh man, busted! How did you know? Anyway, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling? Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here. Ah! Guess what I found? A self-destruct button! Whatever you do, don't push it! Aw, man. Were you seriously gonna push it? Anyway, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it and the control panel inside. I didn't want to click on that. Damn it, game. Back in we go! Heat up. Whoa, hey, Makoto! What the heck was that just now? Monokuma. Huh? What do you mean? What you were controlling just now? It was Monokuma.
Huh?
Monokuma? What? For real? Yep. It looks like that panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means the Mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. Yeah, they were definitely in here. The Mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. And this control room is totally separate from the data center with all the monitors. In other words...
Hey,
Kyoko's theory was right. But if the Mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. But if that is true... the bear puns. Let's move on from the bear puns. Bear puns! No! Then the Mastermind's... A Mastermind Monokuma's puppeteer really is the 16th student. No, it can't be. There's no way, right? What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making. I don't like your face. Oh, it's nothing. Okay. What about you? Is everything okay? Well, it's just... This is where the Mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something? I can't say it isn't possible, but I really hope it's not true. So, like... You wanna leave soon? There's still lots of other places to check out. Yeah, good point. Can't waste all our time standing around here. Okay, you wanna get going? Yeah. But... What's wrong, Makoto? Let's hurry up and let me cockblock you from checking out that hatch that's just laying there in the control room. Well, click. As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What was that? Ah, the door! It locked on its own! I wonder why! Sometimes the fucking linear pathing of this game. What? My hand shot out to grab the doorknob. You're right, it's locked, but why? Of course it's locked, because the data center is now restricted. Monokuma? Hey, no fair, you can't go around just restricting whatever you feel like. It's for your benefit. Because if the room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just stopped moving. Then that room... As you may have guessed, that's where my controls are. So, right now, you're being operated by someone in that room?
Yes, indeed.
Correctamundo!
You're a liar.
But that doesn't make any sense! We were just in there and we didn't see anyone! Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? I tried! Monokuma, I tried so hard! But your game wouldn't let me. I really tried. The hatch on the floor? Too bad! That was your one big chance and you blew it.
Too bad.
Of course, that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever! Now then, this room is officially restricted, so no more investigating. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others! Peace! He's gone, but... Was he telling the truth? The Mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure. Then, when I said we should leave, well, that hatch couldn't be opened from the outside anyway, right? So it's not your fault, Hina? Totally not your fault! Okay. Anyway, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most out of the time we have left. 'Cause somebody wouldn't just let me do what I needed to do. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving. Okay, I'm gonna go run around and tell everyone what we found. Nice. You've got me all motivated again.
Got it.
Okay, I'm out. See you later. And he took off at full sprint. And I have to do what I can, too. That's the only way forward. Alright, now if I recall, also here is the headmaster's place? Yes. Yes. Into the doors we go. Fancy room! This is the headmaster's room. I've heard an awful lot about it, but this'll be my first time seeing it for myself. Ah, Makoto, it's you. Oh, Byakuya. Great. I'm in a room with Byakuya. That's just so wonderful for me. There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow it makes me feel anxious. Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? What do you mean, something interesting? Take a look at this. It was on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class 78 student registry? It contains profiles for all of us and Makuro.
So in other words...
Apparently, Class 78 refers to us. Wait, that when we found Makuro's profile in Kyoko's room...
I see.
That's right, it also mentioned Class 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And, since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers...
In other words...
There can be no doubt Makuro was a student here at Hope's Peak Academy, just like the rest of us. Makuro Ikusaba, the 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. But it seems that Kyoko was in a hurry. Huh? What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled. She must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out as fast as possible. But what's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Makuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What?
So in other words...
when it comes to this profile, there was more information about Makuro that we still didn't have. What kind of information is it? Why, do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? It seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was half listening to Byakuya as I skimmed through the report. Makuro reappeared suddenly, and in the background, an entity floats, but just out of reach. An entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now, I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Makuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about all this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. And I need to pay attention to Makuro's behavior too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir. When she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in battle. Naturally, I would believe in her. She's one of my students, after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. Makuro was part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there can be any doubt about it now. But wouldn't that mean Makuro and the Mastermind were allies? So, why? Why would they kill Makuro? Even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Makuro was capable of. Yes, they would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means the Mastermind is even stronger than Makuro was.
What?
What's wrong, Makoto? Huh?
That's fine.
You seem to be lost in thought. But I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within the file that you should know. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl, perhaps you've never seen before. A girl who seems to be included as part of our Class 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about that girl is included in the file. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds. It even lists her vitals. 31, 22, 32. Well, what do you think? What do I think? Are you asking me, like, if she has a nice body? You're a hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse, and maybe you'll think, oh, could that mean... What? Wait, is he trying to say there's a chance the body is actually Makuro? Or isn't actually Makuro? Is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible, but it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right?
It's all clear now.
That's all I was trying to say. What you do with that information is your business. So I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy! Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice from me to you, so I suggest you pay attention. Advice for me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. Well, don't put too much faith in her. Huh?
In other words,
The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. But what are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch. But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. I'll keep it in mind. Thanks. And by that I mean I'm gonna leave. And not speak with you. You massive asshole. Alright, so now... I think that's all for here. Let me just go one more once over. Because I think I just need to be on the first floor now. In fact, I'm quite certain. Pop! I'll drink this water so my voice doesn't die. Oh my god. Juggling characters sucks sometimes. Why am I going away from the stairs? Here we go. The black and yellow stairs. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms. Which means I have to do it. I have to climb the stairs! This is the second floor of the dorms? It looks like some ancient ruins. Or no, it's more like a battlefield. Like a bomb blew up here or something. Hey, look at this blood. Let's see, where to start? Bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore, it's just garbage. It looks like a bed to me. I don't know what you're talking about, kid. The door, just a crack. Glance inside, immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. Yeet! This way, then. Giraffe! We'll come back to that in a second. Welcome to the cozy place. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It has more adult atmosphere.
Correct.
It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this several times already, but I still have one little regret. So, I decided to check it out one more time. Huh? A regret? What's your regret, Kyoko? Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. But let's check out this shit. Desk to a home computer. It must have belonged to the headmaster. Ah, I guess that wasn't what I was trying to touch. Touch the fucking computer, please. There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the Ultimate Despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the Ultimate Despair?
However...
There's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know.
In other words...
The Ultimate Despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy, which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people, whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best he could do, as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on.
Correct.
I see. That's a good outlook to have. Shadow People. Organization 13. Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Is it some kind of design mistake? Or a construction defect or something?
So...
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze?
Indeed.
There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space? Does that mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
Very easy trick, yes, so easy. I'm sure you can even, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on the PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However...
But I don't have a clue what that password might be. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right, that's not nearly enough to go on.
It's true.
Excuse me. I looked through all of his paperwork, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have happened, or that might have been his password. When I think of how much time I wasted on this... Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. If Kyoko can figure out, no way do I stand a chance. No, wait. There might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Huh? Oh, sorry. I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it? Just to be sure?
Well...
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
Hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. K. Y. O. K. O. My hands were tense, slightly trembling as I finished typing it in. Oh, look, Kyoko, it worked! Hey! Hey! Hey, Kyoko! Hey! It worked, Kyoko. That did? Kyoko, it worked! Hey, Kyoko! Hey! Hey, guess what? I did it! It was me! Me! My time. Ultimate detective. What?
why?
Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared in the hidden room. She looked grim and very upset that I started to prod at her. Hee. Hey, Kyoko? I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. There's a code box here. It seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay!
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why, you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is. At the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it! Step by heavy step, I approached the box. Took a deep breath and took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there! Human bones! Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing! A dead guy! In a box! My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box. Those bones, that body, that's my father. Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on! How can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. Indeed, everybody's more or less been hinting this. In fact, we might have gotten a hint to this at the very beginning of the game. If anybody actually remembers the very first execution we witnessed, with a very certain somebody going off into space and coming back down as bones. Oh, we watched Kyoko's dad die at the very start of this game. Triquigo said that Headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game of us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
In other words,
that most likely my father was in the school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was trying to seem calm. She said it was just a thought, or just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it? Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Room present has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. By the way, this picture. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko? And there's the surprise.
why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet... to now find something like this? So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
Why? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. I feel like I shouldn't make pointless small talk right now. Maybe I should just look around a bit first. The headmaster's desk. Probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey.
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure? Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay, if you don't mind. Starting from the top and now we're here, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer? Is this? It's an e-handbook, right? It has labeled on it that says, in case of emergency. I found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk. Whoops, touched the mic.
In other words,
A handbook with no limitations, given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably right. It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? But Kyoko... I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then, I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay?
Hey.
Listen, Makoto. Can I ask you a favor? A favor? What is it?
So...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but...
Hey.
Could you leave?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I'd just like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko, don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just a
I need
second.
to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before that the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. Oh, my sweet lady. Okay, well, it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. There's no doubt the mastermind performed the evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind. Which means the mastermind's true identity is... 15 of us met in the main hall. Add Makuro to the mix and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Makuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are... me. Byakuya. Hiro. Toko. Hina. And Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. Then there's no question. Wait, no! That can't be! I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Alright. Let's go say hi to that giraffe we skipped over just a moment ago, okay? Hi, giraffe! Ah, I'm free. This room is filled with lockers. Must have been for Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. I can't imagine a way to get this locker open. Not even gonna bother trying. I think this locker's gonna open. But what about this one? Wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, blocked. There's a card reader installed on the door. That must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean... Oh! Excuse me, that was a yawn. Let's just give it a try. I took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader, and then... no luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. Wait, but... what about this emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Let's give it one more try. Beep. Alright, just what I was hoping for. Let's see what we've got inside. I don't see anything that might be a clue. Oh yeah, wasted time. I don't remember exactly which one of these were the right ones. I think this one? Boop! This thing is practically empty. Except for... there's just one thing, some kind of pocket book. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is. But there's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. Looks like a girl's handwriting. How do you infer that, Makoto? And all the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written here. Words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was. And I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko, it couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second despair. Took the emergency handbook and ran that across the reader. Beep! Hello there. Let's take a very careful look at our little locker inventory here, shall we? What kind of textbooks, notebooks, stacked up in no particular order, and dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuffed this didn't do a lot of studying. No, not that I can really talk. Trying to act casual and natural as possible. Picked up one of the notebooks I saw, but the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. What? There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yasuhiro Hakakure. Is this our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us, and we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So, what is this notebook? Locker notebook has been added to the truth bullets. This is a crystal ball. Not a crystal ball. No, it can't be. No way he would ever use this locker, right? 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 Deck of playing cards? No, they're tarot cards. But wait, so they're telling fortunes? Just a coincidence, right? All of this has to be, right? But the more I see, the less it makes sense. Because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to the people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro, and a pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation, but if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. And I have to believe in everyone. Uh-oh.
This is a school announcement. Is everyone working hard? Is your investigation coming along nicely? Well then, since you're all giving it your best, your generous headmaster will give you a little hint. For those of you who are interested, please make your way to the gym ASA possible.
What, now he wants to give us a hint? He's suspicious. There's no doubt about that. This could be a trap. But even knowing that, he said go to the gym, right? So to the gym we go. Hero, why are you here? Oh, hey, Hero. Makoto! Why'd you act so surprised? Oh, no reason. You heard Monokuma's announcement, right? Are you here to find out what he has to say? I just did, actually. I am on my way out. You already talked to him? What did he say? Listen, sorry, but I gotta go! Hero, wait! There was no point trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. Hero? It was like he was trying to avoid me. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook I found in the locker. Has he been hiding something this whole time?
Welcome, hello. Are you ready for your final hint? Well, it just so happens to be in the envelope on the ground in front of you.
Envelope? This must be the envelope.
And just so you know, I won't be answering any questions about what you find inside.
What?
Don't worry, just get on with it.
His cryptic words didn't make me feel any better, but I just picked up the envelope and opened it. What I found was a single photograph. It featured a bunch of faces I recognized extremely well. It was everyone who'd come to Hope's Peak at the same time as me. Wait, but there's someone behind Sayaka. She's the only one I don't recognize. Wait, that's not true. I do recognize her. That's right. When Byakuya and I were in the headmaster's room and we looked at that file. Makoto Kusaba? Then this girl is... What? Why? Why is Bakuro here with everyone else? And even more than that, just having everyone here posed like this is weird enough by itself. And we're all wearing matching uniforms. I don't remember anything like that. Celeste is a delinquent. And now that I'm looking at it, it's not even everyone. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. The picture has all 15 other students, but not me. But I guess that makes sense. After all, I don't remember ever taking a picture like this. I went to junior high with Sayaka, but the first time I met everyone else was when I arrived here at Hope's Peak Academy. So it's natural for me to not be in this picture, but what's definitely unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I thought everyone was like me, and I didn't know each other till they got here. But if this picture is real, then could that mean... could it be everyone else and just me? Everyone here except me is
how long are you gonna keep up this rambling soliloquy of yours, Hamlet?
What are you gonna do?
You're kinda getting in the way standing there, you know? So, I mean, get out!
But
I told you I'm not fielding any questions! What kind of mystery would this be if I gave you all the answers? It'd be totally out of left field.
I guess that means he's done talking.
Damn it.
So in the end, all I found in the gym was even more confusion. And with that confusion in hand, I left the gym dejected. How does that count as a hint? It just made me even more confused. Is that what Monokuma was going for? Did he put together a fake photo just to confuse me? But it looked so real, so full of life. How could anyone fake that? Which would mean everyone but me. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That should clear all this up. No, I have to clear all this up! Let's see, where are people? I don't remember. I legit don't. Oh, look, Byakuya's still here. Byakuya! Answer me riddles!
Answer me, riddles 3.
Indeed, yes, indeed.
What has class sass and screams at own ass?
Oh, Byakuya! Listen, do you think we could talk?
Is it opossum, Byakuya? Isn't that funny?
That's enough.
I have nothing to talk to you about.
But Byakuya, the joke! The riddles 3! Byakuya!
Hey, Byakuya, wait!
My riddles!
He just walked away. What the? Why was he acting like that? Like he was purposely trying to avoid me, riddles 3! Well, it's time to go scare more people off, I guess. Oh yeah! Anyone else will answer my riddles 3? Please?
Master Hero, what has class sass and screams at own ass?
Hey, Hero! Makoto! What's going on with you? Every time I see you, you freak out like that. No, no! Sorry, but I'm in a big hurry. Once again, he ran off like a terrified rabbit.
My riddles 3. Anyone wish for riddles? You must pay the troll. Pay the toll, the bridge troll. Riddles 3. Answer me. Like he was afraid of me. Why? It's Possum. Why would nobody answer Possum? 4. How many chickens, Yasu? Answer me riddles. Riddles 3. Riddle 1. How many chickens in the chicken coop? Who can answer me my riddles 3? WWE! Monday Night Raw! I decided to visit the biolab one more time.
Wildlife Wrestling Association.
Who will answer me? Oh dear. Well, I found a body.
Huh? Toko? Toko, are you okay? No, no, now who will answer my riddles? But she's not dead, is she? Oh good, the perfect person to answer riddles. The Riddle Master! Oh hail the Riddle Master! It's cold. Super cold. It's so cold. I think I might catch a cold. If you keep taking naps in places like this, I'm sure you will. What? I was asleep? I must have fainted again. I bet you were standing there staring at me, getting all excited. Weren't you? No, I wasn't. I love you to death, Toko, so much. Oh, then what? Hot bothered, straight up horny. Okay, so why did you pass out? I don't know. Last thing I remember, was me waking up just now. What did you do to Miss Morose? Oh, that's right. Your memory stops and starts each time you switch. Bingo bazinga! We share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate. And don't say it like it's a bad thing. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember. So it's like double memory. No, it's more like half. This is her only personality. Oh! Ben, you have no idea how much I wish! How much I severely wish. Till the end of time. What I want to know right now is, where's my little darling? Tell me now, or I'll slit your throat. I don't know. I'm sure Byakuya's around somewhere, doing his own investigating.
Yes.
By himself. Oh, look at that. Just look at that adorable limb. Just look at it. Look at it. So wonderful. Just take her home. Freeze frame it. Post it on your wall. I assume so.
Oh, I'm on fire.
And there it goes. Totally knew it. I'm a pro when it comes to all things faster. Anyway, I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now. Toko shot off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. I totally forgot to ask her about the picture. Well, there's no point asking Genocide Jack anyway. No point at all, right? Right?
With the double memory and everything.
Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There's gotta be some reason for it. A body has been discovered! Oh, well, Ben, you missed the trial, but you could have come back to the Twitch and watched it since, you know, the archived stream stays up for like 2 weeks. I know. So, I don't know if it's still available, and I sure as hell have been forgetting to upload these to YouTube, but basically all you missed is that we discovered that the body was not Kyoko. We discovered the body was Kuro, and or what we perceived to be Makuro, since nobody had any idea who that was. And ultimately, we went through two things. We went through a thing that now I won't be able to show you since you missed it, and I don't know if you can go back through it, but a bad ending where Kyoko gets executed and everybody knocks up Hina, and everybody has a kid with Hina. And that is very much a thing. And it's horrifying. And the other ending, which is the real ending of the trial, where Makoto is blamed for the murder of Makuro, even though that's obviously impossible. And he just gets executed. Well, it's good to know that what we're doing right now is because he was quote-unquote executed. And by executed, I mean alter ego interfered, and he kind of just got thrown in the dumpster and became Trash Boy. Yeah, I'm just gonna completely ignore that. Instant text, it comes off semi-passive aggressive. I had considered using the YouTube streaming because it probably would have been a lot more permanent, but it's a little late for this game. So I guess if I end up going through Super, then I might go ahead, or Super 2, then I might go ahead and do that, because then it just doesn't go away. Alright. Shut up tight last time. And now, that must be why she passed out.
Right.
She faints so easily. Kyoko!
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize. Listen about this room. Oh yeah,
It would seem...
it's a morgue. Yeah,
I knew it.
I suspected as much. Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and, well, there you have it. What? Whoa, I don't... okay, you got... I'm seeing, like, this shut up to a person, but... I don't know what he's saying, so... that if we're, like, in regards of me talking, then it becomes kind of moot, doesn't it?
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed that she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem...
I imagine she came here to investigate when she opened the slot there. That's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks! Why is everything gotta be so difficult with her? Anyway, we should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging out in the open like that. Oh, why is it got... why is everything... Why it gotta be like that? Yeah, good idea.
Makoto.
Give me a hand with this. Kyoko approached the fridge, hands outstretched, but suddenly she stopped. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. Huh? How come? Because Makuro's body is... Makuro's corpse? Makuro's body is inside the fridge?
I see.
Just like every other time the Mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. Oh, well, that's too bad. That's just how it goes. I'm going to make sure that if people join late that I try to, you know, forge them on so that they're not completely in the dark, especially since we probably won't get to the class trial tonight. The Mastermind did it? Because they assumed we'd be doing the class trial over again, I assume.
So...
Or I guess. You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. Oh, that's right! Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation. I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I am going to grab the Mastermind by the tape. Okay, so what should I do?
So then...
Why don't you just wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there? That's it? Oh. Should ask Kyoko about the group photo. After all, she's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I want to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about that announcement Monokuma made earlier. You mean about the hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Huh? Why not?
Because...
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own without whatever hints he may have to offer. That's a good point. I wish I could go back and do the same, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here, looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. Okay. Just look around at bullshit. Think of it. See one I found in the garden, if I remember that target. It has a stamp that said Biolab. And that's the target that was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point, someone got it from the biolab and took it over there. Haha! More information! Bunch of blue lights are on. These ones aren't. Seeing the blue lights come on when a slot is occupied. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around, the number of lights that are on, including Makuro's, there's 9 in all. 9. 9 lights? Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Already? Jeez, that was fast.
Indeed.
Anyone could do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief. So, did you find anything?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. Really? Blunt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then, what was the fatal injury? The only other option is those other wounds, but the file said they were old.
Is that right?
Where does it say they're old? Huh?
Because...
All the Monokuma file says is that they were inflicted at least several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference.
Wrong.
Well, the difference is immense, considering the impression they give.
Listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old.
However...
But that doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds, it makes it sound like they've been there forever, like they're not related to the murder. Are you saying they are? But we all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
So then...
But what if Makuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What?
At the very least...
Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of many?
Right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words...
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, using only their logic and common sense. Then as they investigate, they test what they find against each of those possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future.
Hey.
So, if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. Come to think of it, there was one thing. Earlier, when I was looking at Makuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
So...
5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds, vitals were 31, 22, 32. Did I get all that right? You remembered all that? They are indeed consistent with the corpse. So then...
Indeed.
And don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
Indeed.
Our victim in this case, without a doubt, Makuro Ikasawa.
And?
Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so.
So then...
And it looks like we have no further business with Makuro's body. Let's get going. Kind of chilly in here. Oh, wait, are we not going to put the body back? Don't you think it's kind of sad leaving it out like this? Sad? Did you forget? She was our enemy once. A part of the ultimate despair. But she got killed! She's still a victim. People die when they are killed. Have you ever heard the phrase, you reap what you sow? Well, Yeah, but still. You really are naive, you know that? It's really quite appalling. But she could have abandoned me, but she decided to help me instead. So for someone like that, what does it mean to be naive?
So then...
I think we've done all we can here. Back to our separate investigations, yes? Hold on! I still have one more thing to do. Something I need to talk to Kyoko about. I need to ask her about the pocketbook I found in the locker. If I don't do it now... Why you gotta whip my camera like that, game? Hey, Kyoko? Did have one last thing. I know I shouldn't, but I feel like I have to ask. Go ahead, Ben. Out with it. Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here?
What? So...
What do you mean? Well, you know all those lockers on the second floor of the dorms? I do, yes. But to get into those lockers, you need a handbook of whoever the locker belongs to. Actually, I managed to get them open using the emergency handbook.
I see.
The one you found in the headmaster's hidden room.
And?
So, did you find anything worthwhile in the lockers? I found a pocketbook, and after looking through it, I think it might be your pocketbook.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
Because...
Like I said, only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? I can't imagine those lockers belong to any of us. After all, we only got access to that area just recently. What I'm saying is, there's no way I could have had access to those lockers. And if I did have a pocketbook, why would I bother putting it in a locker? Everything you just said makes perfect sense, but there was something written inside. It was about the headmaster, about your father.
What? If that's true...
Could that mean that video is real too? Video?
Makoto.
I think everything is finally starting to fit together to reveal a cohesive picture. Although I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined. What are you talking about? I need to go investigate those lockers right now. I need to confirm what you just said with my own 2 eyes. Oh, let me give you the headmaster handbook. That way you can...
So...
That won't be necessary. I'm right about this. I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my locker. Your locker?
Makoto.
If you watch this, it'll all make sense. The DVD, it says Class 78 Urgent Interviews.
So...
I found it in that hidden room after you left.
Anyway...
I don't have time to explain exactly what I think of it, or think it means, so just watch and see for yourself. I think you'll realize what it means. You'll understand why you found my pocketbook in a place none of us had ever seen before. None of this makes sense right now. I guess that means there's some important clue on this DVD.
Makoto.
Let's go watch the DVD! Oh, and now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble? Ramble?
In other words...
So as it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. What I mean is, I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life. And all because of the mastermind.
However...
But there's one thing I am sure of. When it comes to the mastermind, there's no room in my heart for forgiveness. I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. Kyoko's eyes burned with the fire of determination. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death, and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father had found happiness.
Why?
So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? It's ridiculous. There's just no understanding it, I guess. She let out a small laugh as she said that, but her smile was filled with sorrow. So, that's it for my rambling. There's still much to do before I can consider my task complete.
Hey.
Yeah, you're right. But keep this in mind. There is only ever one absolute truth. Whether that truth serves justice or suffering. Whether it's the greatest truth or the worst. What do you mean?
Makoto.
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope. Absolutely not! Because all I can do is keep moving forward. That's pretty much all I'm good at, you know? Indeed. Sorry if that was strange.
So then,
Anyway, I need to get going. I'll see you at the class trial. Leaving behind that final farewell, Kyoko was gone. Better get going myself. The dividend from Kyoko. I should head to the AV room. Check it out. Kyoko said something about that hopeless truth. No matter what happens, I won't lose hope. Even if it's the worst truth in the world. I can't afford to lose. Yeet. Alright. So we need to go to the bridge star. And... there we go. Should be it. No, wait. Oh, crap. They split it up that way. Ugh, I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Alright, turn around. This way. And I went straight past it. Dope. Alright. Let's plug this bitch in. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on the screen. I stared into the black of the monitor. It must have been only a few seconds, but to me it felt like an eternity. And then all of a sudden, an image appeared. Sayaka! To me, by total surprise, I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long, and there she was.
Then. Are you ready to begin?
The voice I heard of the man positioned in one side of the screen. The voice of a middle-aged man.
I do apologize, but I hope you don't mind if I record our conversation. I'm a little slow, you know. I never really got the hang of taking notes while having a conversation.
He was trying to make a joke, but Sayaka's tense face didn't move a single millimeter.
So this video is meant to serve as a kind of contract substitute. It's not that I don't trust you guys. It's more like insurance. So please don't worry too much. Now then, let me get straight to the point. There is a chance that you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Do you accept that? Sayaka was obviously at a total loss. It's weird he's the only one voiced during these scenes. In total sense, who would agree to spending the rest of your life in the school? Accept. What?
Thank you. And I'm sorry about all this. Well, I can promise you that I will do everything in my power to keep you safe. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, I give you my word.
As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There's a lot I hadn't understood up till now. But this, only this, I simply couldn't comprehend what I heard. Why is he saying that out loud? Because I know how much Sayaka wanted to get out of here. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. She wanted that so bad she tried to frame me for murder. So why? Why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? As I sat there thinking about it, I noticed a sunlight. On the monitor of the video I thought I'd finished flashed back on screen. I started back to the screen. And if I was confused before, I saw next push me right over the edge. Huh? What I saw was me. And possibly undeniably me.
So, Makoto, before we begin, I should let you know that I'll be recording our conversation.
I recognize that Ahoge anywhere. Of course it's me.
Yes.
Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fair, normal conversation. But the I in the here and now, had absolutely no memory of it. I had no memory of even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
Shall we get straight to the point? Makoto, there's a chance you may have to spend the rest of your life here in the school. Can you accept that?
Yes. This can't be real. I said yes?
I'm sorry I'm putting you through all this.
Well, I mean, don't have much of a choice, do we?
But I promise that as long as you're in this school, I will do everything I can to protect you. As the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, that's the very least
I might have to
I can do for you.
rebalance the voice to music again when I get a chance, or like during next stream, because it's very much hard to hear Gene. Video cut out. From there, the video repeated the same scene again and again with the others. Byakuya, Togo, Hina, everyone. They all said that they agreed to live in the school forever. And then Kyoko. Her interview with him had been recorded just as clearly. Without a doubt, she had met him. She'd sat down with the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy, her father. And when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted a life within the school. Just as Kyoko's interview was wrapping up, the monitor suddenly went black. Huh? It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off, which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened?
Say what?
Oopsie! Looks like it broke. Out of service. What? It just so happened to break just now?
Too bad.
Now then, when doesn't matter. Failure can strike anytime, anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right? Failure, my ass! You cut the power on purpose! Well, whatever. Even if I watched the whole thing, it'd just be more of the same. You'd ask them the question, they all say yes. I couldn't help myself. I let out a huge exasperated sigh, but as I did, I remembered something.
That's right. It would seem... Hey.
Convenient outcome. Something that seemed to obviously work in favor of the mastermind. So does that mean I've lost my memory too? What about the others? Have we all forgotten? Or... Uh-oh...
For anything that has a start, there has to be an end. And if the end comes, then that means it's time for a fresh start. There is no night that doesn't have a dawn. Although that dawn is totally pitch black, there is no storm that won't eventually end. Of course, then that leads to drought. But as I said, every end is the promise of a new beginning. Which is why I'm sure we'll get to meet again. Because the end is only the beginning. Anyway, let's get started. The beginning of the end of the class trial. Everyone gather once again at you know where.
It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. I don't have a choice. I have to do this. Okay then. This is the end. I guess I'm the first one this time.
Makoto,
You're early, Makoto.
listen.
Does that mean you feel prepared? Yeah, for now at least. But where's everyone else? Why aren't they here yet?
However,
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll be here soon. And just like she said. Byakuya. Byakuya? They arrived one after another, but they were all in the same state of shock. Hina? Hero? Silence. And it wasn't any normal silence. It was the deafening silence of fear and suspicion. It was like the first class trial.
You called for me and so I appear.
I'm late! Strong silent matters. So wonderful. So cool. So hot. My lungs are ablaze.
Now listen, everything will be just fine if you leave it to me. With scissors, sharp scissors in hand, I'll stab and gouge and shiv the master of evil. I thought you couldn't kill anyone but adorable little boys. If it's what Master wants, it could be a boy, girl, or anything in between. I can handle it. Where am I? No human language can describe the disappointment I'm feeling right now. Oh dear. Is everyone here? Ooh, and wearing our gloomy Gus faces, I see.
Well now.
Okay, well then, let's begin.
Thrills, chills, kills!
The final class trial is gonna be slathered in pitch black despair, climaximum sorrow.
That's fine.
You're right, this is the final class trial. And this time, it'll be fair. What do you mean, this time? Stop with all the slander. I'm a bear in good standing, you know? If there was a Mr. Fair Guy Universe contest, I'd take home the tiara every year. I'm gonna win this game super fair and square. And I'll make sure everyone watching at home knows that Spare's mightier than the hope. That the Spare is mightier than the hope. Monokuma suddenly turns on the Jamaican filter.
Stop talking.
Enough of your tedious drivel. Begin the trial already. Sure. Let's begin the trial already. I'll be waiting for you down below.
You guys.
So don't try and run away. Laughing as loud as ever, Monokuma disappeared. Whatever.
In the name of my
This will be
family.
over in no time. With an inexplicable confidence, Byakuya was the first to enter the elevator. Oh, one by one, the others followed. Scorn. Pure scorn. Nobody made eye contact. Nobody said a word. They just disappeared into the elevator.
Hey.
They're all acting odd. Like they're paranoid, suspicious of each other.
However.
But you know why that is, don't you? Yeah, I think so.
However.
Well, you can tell us all about it soon. At the class trial. You're right. I'm ready.
So.
Ready to win, right? Of course. I'm glad to hear you say that. And then Kyoko is aboard the elevator. I started making my way toward the opening, step after step toward the gaping maw. I'd resolved that this would be the last time. I repeated to myself that there was no fear, no mystery left. I pushed the anxiety down, calmed my trembling body, and finally, on steady legs, I passed the threshold and stood in the elevator. Without warning, it began to descend. Deeper and deeper. Deeper, deeper, deeper still. Deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. It fell. I closed my eyes, and sight fell away. All sound, too, disappeared. Alone in the universe, I awaited for the elevator's doors to open for the last time. What could have been seconds or centuries later, I felt the gentle vibration of the elevator come to an end. I slowly opened my eyes. This is the final trial site? What do you think? Isn't it just the perfect background for deciding a person's fate? It's the long-awaited last stage, the always exciting final boss battle! And I'm gonna sit in on this one. I'll just sit right here in the vacant 16th seat. Well then, let's begin! Alright, my dudes. unfortunately, this next trial is easily like 4 to 5 hours or something long. It takes so long to finish. And I know some people that are on this thing probably ain't gonna wait up that late. Or if they do, they're gonna be very tired by the time we reach the end of it. And I know that my fiance and I sat through the whole thing on a Sunday. It just bone-ass tired the next day because we went through the whole damn thing. So, for the sake of not doing that to other people, I'm going to call this one here. So thank you all for joining, and I will catch you on the next stream. Peace!